Hi, welcome to Rep Sports. What a fantastic victory for Team India. Who would have thought after the first 2 days getting washed out, Team India going on to win this test match? Debashish Da is with me, Borina will join, and Shaumik Da will also join from the ground. Borina just joined, so he's tuning in. But who would have thought, the first 2 days getting washed out, Team India coming back strong, dominant batting performance, strong bowling performance. What a show all around. I've got Boreda will just join, so we'll go straight to him. Boreda, what are your first thoughts of this marvelous test victory?
Yeah, first things first, Ishan. I don't think India has won too many test matches with this kind of a statement. I mean, we talk
Yeah,
about intent, we talk about dominance, we talk about all of that. This was arrogance. I mean, you are basically telling Bangladesh that you're not even good enough for 2 days, boss. Come on. What are you talking about beating us? I mean, 2.5 days washed out, and then you come and just thrash Bangladesh within no time.
yeah,
The confidence with which they did, even when the game started yesterday, no Indian supporter could have thought that the match would get over within what 1 hour after lunch. So effectively, you've sort of saved more than half a day. Think about it. You finished the test match within 2 days on a wicket, which is a good wicket. It's not a
yeah.
bad wicket at all. It's not a turner. It is not the where the ball is jumping up and about. It is not where the batsman can't play. It is not anything like that. You have shown intent by scoring 8 runs and over each time you've batted. This was phenomenal. This was just, you have taken a step closer to the WTC final, and you're telling the world that we are playing
Absolutely,
each match to win. Fantastic effort.
absolutely. Devashida, on the pre-lunch show, we discussed India would wrap this up pretty soon, and we aren't surprised. They got to business right away. Obviously, Rohit Sharma got out early on, but after that, Jaiswal, what a fine young talent. This is someone India will really rely on in the future as well, and they made this look really, really easy. This test match has almost seemed like a joke for this Indian team.
Yeah, obviously, and Ishan, I did say that India won't take
1 hour.
1 hour, and
Yes.
they took a few minutes, obviously, but 35, 40 minutes to wrap up. And talking about Yashasvi Jaiswal, his third 50 in the series, he is now already the third highest run getter in WTC cycle, along with Joe Root. So, and it speaks volume in the way he has progressed in his career across the formats, be it one day, T20, and now test matches. Yes, I mean, he is into an altogether different league now. Means obviously
Yeah.
that opponents will now consider Yashas will plan more on Yashasvi Jaiswal, the batter he has been, and he has proved with it. And the brand of cricket he has played in this Test match series has been so refreshing. The way he took on the attack against the Bangladeshi bowlers, along with Rohit Sharma, at times he was even taking a front role, taking up front
Yes.
role
Yes.
despite Rohit Sharma at the other end. So I think it was brilliant on the part of Yashasvi Jaiswal, the batter he has been for India.
Yep. Because Shaumik Da is also joining us from the venue. Shaumik Da, marvelous test victory, or nobody would have expected this after the first 2 days were watched out. What are your thoughts? How is it over there at the moment? How are the fans reacting to this victory? Yes, Shaumik.
First of all, I wholeheartedly apologize because internet connectivity is very, very dodgy here. Wi-Fi is not working, mobile data is not working either because of jammer. But what is very heartening is that I mean it's a weekday, but the stadium is completely chock a block. The
Hmm.
stadium, I mean, all 2020 to 2000 crowd has, people have turned up, and they are enjoying every moment. Even when it was raining, I mean, some people came. Rajiv Shukla mentioned in yesterday's press conference that even during rain, some people turned up. So this is a historic cricket venue, and people here love their test cricket. And
Yeah.
this is very heartening, very, very heartening. But once again, I wholeheartedly apologize for the breakups because of poor connectivity. And I mean, sometimes we are helpless.
Yep. And no worries, Shaumik. That's fine. That's
Shomik,
totally
Shomik,
fine.
do something. Do something. Just switch your video off and join with audio. Switch
Yeah.
your video off, join with audio. It'll be much better. We'll get your audio.
Burita, but that's great news. The first 2 days were washed out. Everyone was wondering whether the fans will turn up, but Shawmuk's clearly telling us that the stadium was chocker blocked, which is great, and I think that was inspired by that Rohit Sharma burst in that first innings. I think that really managed grabbing the crowds to the stadium. But a lot of credit has to be given to Rohit Sharma, the captain. Selfless cricket early on, which probably made the whole difference in the Test match.
Absolutely agree. And in terms of his captaincy, look at the kind of calls he's taken. Absolutely agree. The intent that he's shown. Someone's writing silly shots. What do you mean silly shots? What do you mean silly shots? The way Rohit started his first innings is what set the match up. Just to say things because you have the ability to say doesn't make sense. This Indian team, the way they played. What do you mean silly shot of Jaiswal?
Hmm.
It is not about percentile. I mean, it's not about somebody sort of knocking off there. So what if India loses one wicket? It doesn't matter. The result matters. They are not playing for themselves anymore. They are playing for the team. They're closing a match out, showing intent. That's it. And that is what Rohit Sharma did in the first innings. That is what Jaiswal did in the second innings. It's as simple as that. And
Yeah,
it was the three sixes of Rohit Sharma that set it up. India was
absolutely.
going at what 15 and over, 50 runs of the first 3 overs. Bangladesh did not know what hit them. The truth is, Bangladesh had no idea, no clue what hit them. They were taken by surprise. They were completely taken by surprise as to what has happened here. And that is the kind of impact that assault by Rohit Sharma had on the Bangladesh bowlers. That's what is refreshing to see as far as India is concerned, Ishan. And it's a
Yeah.
big step forward. Devashish, I am told 3 more wins and you're in the WTC final. Is that the case? Three
Absolutely,
more wins?
absolutely. All that India required before this test matches was 4 wins and 1 draw. So India definitely has set 1 foot into that World Test Championship final, and hopefully they are going to take Australia in all likelihood at the Lords.
Yeah, absolutely. But Devashita, we
Kishan,
discussed
I
this.
just have to say, if you just and, talk about the positives for India in this test series, it has to be Akashdeep, because India found the fourth seam bowling option. The way he bowled in this series, obviously that first this test match, every time he has been thrown the new ball, he has done wonders, especially rattling the Bangladeshi openers. And the biggest positive takeaway from Akashdeep is the way he bowled at the left-handers. Obviously, coming round the wicket and bowling and moving the ball
Yeah,
in, and that speaks volumes about and his willingness to learn. So
yeah,
that has to be one of the positives. Other positive has to be Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yes, most of the batters, Shubman Gill, after the failure in the first innings of the first Test match, everyone in this batting lineup has contributed.
surely.
There is 100 from Shubman, there is 100 from Rishabh Pant, brilliant half centuries from Yashasvi. Yes, he did not score 100, but he scored 350s and all match-winning innings in his own right. Rohit Sharma, we all know
Yeah.
what he does as a batter. Virat Kohli, the knock he played in the second innings. KL Rahul,
KL
another
Rahul.
positive. Obviously, that knock he played in the first innings. So, lot of boxes to tick, and Jasprit Bumrah once again proving what a bowler he has been for India. 38 wickets in 14 innings in this WTC cycle, maybe leading the way at an average of 18 with an economy rate of 3.31. That speaks
Yeah.
volumes of Bumrah, the bowler. And it augurs well for India, along with the likes of Mohammad Siraj and Mohammad Shami, considering he comes back after becoming fit. And you now have Akashdeep. Not to forget the likes of Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. I think this has to be one of the best Indian test teams uh, going forward to the WTC final, considering
Absolutely,
they are
absolutely.
likely to make it.
Yep, it seemed like a very well-rounded team with everyone contributing. But Boryata, the most heartening factor was also KL Rahul's innings here. Going through a tough time, getting those 60 odd runs must give him a world of confidence. And it seemed like he almost came out of his shell once again. We saw him play those free-flowing shots that we like seeing, and I'm sure this will give him a lot of confidence even moving towards that New Zealand Test series.
Very pleased for KLF, because of that particular innings. And someone who can play like that, why would he go and play that 52 ball 16? That's the kind of clarity. The talent was always there. And moment KL plays with that kind of freedom and that kind of talent and that kind of intent, he looks so good. Someone who played
Yeah.
that 100 in South Africa, one of the best ever hundreds that you can possibly see in Test match cricket, obviously has incredible talent. Come on, boss, prove that. Do it time and again. There is no need for KL Rahul to play a 52 ball 16 against Bangladesh. You don't need that. That is why. That is why we were saying what we were saying last Test match, and KL Rahul at number 6 will be critical in
Yes.
Australia. Critical in Australia. Make no mistake. So the point that Devashish just made about the all-round balance of this team is a fact. You did not have a Bumrah, you did not have a Pant in the WTC final, and these two are your two USP players, a Bumrah and a Pant.
Hmm.
Today, when that partnership was again happening between Mehdi and whoever, I mean, perhaps Mushfiq, and you were like, again, Bangladesh is delaying it, delaying it, delaying it. There is almost a kind of inevitability when they go to Bumrah. 2 overs left, they pushed it by half an hour. You
Yes.
wrote
Yes.
saying delayed lunch, and Bumrah comes once again, gets the ball to straighten. Same ball. First innings, bowls from here, gets the ball to straighten, shade of movement, made the edges and gone. And
Brilliant.
when Mehdi was walking away, he did this because clearly the ball had moved. And that is the skill that this man brings to the table. Unbelievable. There is an inevitability when it comes to Bumrah that he will come and take a wicket. He will come and give a breakthrough. Just protect him, boss. Protect him
Yeah.
with cotton wool. Don't let that guy break down. Whatever he happens, don't let that guy break down. He's your absolute talisman. Perhaps more important than anybody else in this team. Unbelievable.
Yes, Devashiza.
Gorilla, do you see him playing that Test series against New Zealand with the workload management in talks? And do you see Bumrah playing that 3-match Test series against New Zealand, or you would rather play him one Test match or maximum two and rest him for one before he heads to Australia?
No, see, he has in effect played 6 days. 2 days in this match, 4 days. So it's not as if he's played 10 days. Right? So even in this test match, how much has he bowled? If you take the number of overs, you think 15 overs in a day is what you expect a premier bowler to bowl. India has actually played 2 days. That's what you've played.
Yeah.
So you've saved 3 days there. So when you take workload management into account, you will say Bumrah played the last test match was what, 3.5 days? This test match is 2 days. So you played 5 days against Bangladesh, you won 2 test matches. So you have not exhausted yourself. Now you are not going to play the T20 series. So you will get a full 2 weeks rest. The test match is on 16th October, if I remember right. You play that. Because again, that is what you're critical for your WTC final. Get 2 test matches under your belt. If you're winning 2-0, then you can rest the third. But I'm sure he will play the test matches because, I mean, the fun about this Bangladesh series is you've won without even kind of, really pushing. So
Yeah.
it clearly shows how bad Pakistan is, not Bangladesh. It shows how bad Pakistan is. Pakistan lost to this team 2-0. Imagine
Is that
how
the
bad Pakistan is. Pakistan is rubbish. That's what Pakistan test match is at this point in time.
Ishan, if you
absolutely?
can flash the card that Pooja has made of the latest
Yeah.
WTC points table, and if you can just put it on the
I'll do
screen.
that. I'll do that. I'll
Yeah.
do that. Yes. Moreover, that's also an interesting. It's a strange question actually. Your words on Bangladesh team's captaincy, and do you agree
Horrible.
that India a ridiculous
Horrible,
cricket?
horrible. Bangladesh Test captaincy is Shanto, the shot that he played. Remember, they were having a partnership of 54 runs with Shadman
Yeah,
Ismail.
exactly.
And then
They
all of a
didn't-
sudden, Ravindra Jadeja was brought into the attack to break that
Yeah.
partnership. And what he does, he plays the third ball, he plays a extravagant reverse sweep and gets bowled, the leg stump. How on earth, being a captain of a team, you play the shot at a moment when your team is in crisis with 3 wickets down, a partnership is being formed, 54
Yeah.
runs. All you need to do was to stay in the middle and take that partnership or build on that partnership. And immediately after he was dismissed, Shadman Ismail departs, followed by Shakib Al Hassan. All of a sudden, you lose 3 wickets in a span of 16 balls. The match is lost then and there. Means Bangladesh, as
There's a lack
Sunny
of
Gavaskar in
application.
the commentary
Complete lack of
did
application.
mention, all Bangladesh wanted to was to stay in the middle and to spend time. I mean, I tweeted, means how on earth this Bangladesh team can defeat Pakistan? In Pakistan means I am totally confused. Means winning a test
Yeah.
series 2-0
Why, are you,
against
why are you confused? Pakistan is rubbish. That is why they beat Pakistan. Why are
I
you
think
confused?
I think Bangladesh
You
is
put
even more
Bengal,
rubbish.
you put Bengal Ranji Trophy team against Pakistan, we will win. You put any
One of
of
the
the
Duleep
Iranian
Trophy teams as well. Definitely, yeah.
Exactly. Mumbai is playing the Irani Cup today. Put Mumbai against
Mumbai will beat,
Pakistan.
yeah.
Mumbai can beat Pakistan.
But I think Moriana, if you might agree with me, I think some of the shots that Bangladeshi
Yeah,
batters played in this series has
let's
been
let's let's go one by one. Let's go one by one. That point that
Hmm.
Devashish made about Najmul Shanto, he's captain. He's God's sake, he's captain. The fellow plays a reverse sweep with his leg stump exposed, and then looks to Ravindra Jadeja as if he's completely baffled. Is he sane? All he needed to do was, it's not a wicket that you can't bat. 100 from Shanto, take it to T, take a 200-run lead, and then draw the match or push India. You're captain, for God's sake.
Yeah.
You are the leader of this team, for God's sake. You are not a
Okay.
fool. You are not a youngster. You're not a rookie. You're not a kid anymore that you will come, you'll play anything and go. You're the captain of this team. And Shakib Al Hasan, absolutely in no form. Time for him to retire. You
Hmm.
take a look at those shots, some of those shots, and you're baffled. You're like, what is going on here? What on earth is going on? I mean, the first innings 100, Mominul Haq. You have a leg slip, and you're trying to sweep an outside leg ball. Simple. Ashwin is putting that fielder there because he will tempt you from outside leg, and you can't play that shot. That guy is waiting for that pouch KL Rahul, and he grabs it. That is the opening India needed, Mominul. Then there is a partnership. Najmul Hussain Shanto and that Ismail fellow, Shadman. Even when Najmul gets out, Shadman, you lock your shutters, get 100, try to save your team. What do? You're outside off ball from Akashdeep, you flash, you just with an open bat, and you put it to Jaiswal. Match done. Liton Das. I never have understood Liton Das, what he wants to do with so much talent. So,
Hmm.
yes, এই যে somebody is saying বাংলাদেশ অভিজ্ঞতা সঞ্চয় করলো, একদম
Murad,
spot on.
we've also
কোনো
got the
সমস্যা
points
নাই।
table here. The championships points table. We'll add that here, and then we can continue our discussion.
Please do. Devashish, talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously India, if you can see, India are well placed at number one in 11 test matches. They already have 8 wins, 2 losses with the points of 98 and percentile points of 74.2524,
Hmm.
followed by Australia, who have 62.50 percentile points. But it would be interesting because Australia next play India for 5 tests, but India can guarantee themselves the place in the final if they go on to win against New Zealand. All they require is at least a couple of test match wins against New Zealand, and they will be guaranteed a place in the final,
Yeah.
WTC final. Yeah, I don't see Sri Lanka, England, South Africa. Boryada, really, if you look at the table, I think India and Australia are the favorites to make it to the WTC final once again.
I completely agree. I mean, Sri Lanka has an outside chance. Uh, Depends on what, but Australia will play India at home, and I'm actually saying that Australia still are the favorites at home. So if I see this table sitting now, I expect India to win against New Zealand and compete against Australia. So I think it's an India versus Australia final, as
Yeah.
Devashish said. Ishan, your thoughts?
Absolutely. I don't see it any different, to be honest. India, Australia in that final. Uh, I want to ask you something, Murada. This was a question that had come in the earlier show as well. The approach that we've seen against Bangladesh, how different do you think that might be against Australia? Do you believe that we still have the similar aggressive approach, or do you think we're going to possibly retract in a way?
So it depends on what you mean by aggression. I mean, obviously, you will not attack like the way you did here because that's not needed. But at the same time, you
Yeah.
will go in with 5 bowlers because you have a Ravindra Jadeja or a Ravichandran Ashwin who's an all-rounder. You have a Rishabh Pant who's an all-rounder. So the moment these players are in the side, you have all-round balance. Make no mistake, India will go in with the intent to win. A Bumrah,
Yeah.
Shami, Siraj kind of attack with a Jadeja and Ashwin, it's a winnable attack under any situation, in any condition, in any part of the world. And this team will go in for a win. They will go to Australia not to draw the series. They will go
Hmm.
to Australia not to say we will win 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5. They will go to Australia to win their third test series. This is that kind of a side. Gautam Gambhir doesn't know how to play cricket in any other way. Rohit Sharma doesn't know. They will go in to win. And
Yeah.
no question, they might lose, but you will see fight. Yes,
Boryada, I
Devashish.
have a very interesting question for you. Leave aside the series against New Zealand. Ravichandran Ashwin, I am just taking a look at the stats in the series, two test matches. Ravichandran Ashwin, 114 runs, 11 wickets. Ravindra Jadeja, 94 runs, 9 wickets. In Australia, at least for that first test in Perth, you will be playing a one spinner. I don't see India going in with a two spinner. So who do you pick? Ravichandran Ashwin or Ravindra Jadeja? That will be very interesting.
Hmm.
Obviously, India, in all likelihood, will go in with a 4-seam attack, at least for the first test match in Perth. So, with the kind of performance Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja in this test series, it will be very interesting.
Are you getting Hardik Pandya for that series?
You never know, but now you have Akashdeep. But Hardik
Yeah,
Pandya
but what about
definitely, if he is available, he adds balance to that side.
exactly? What about the batting? Because the moment you get Hardik Pandya's batting, then you are talking about a lot more things there, right? So, look, I don't think Perth is the same Perth. This is not the 1992 Perth that Tendulkar played in. This is not the same wicket that Tendulkar had to score his 114 on. Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja are absolute match winners and all-rounders in any condition now. Ravindra Jadeja with the bat has improved. He is one of your best batters in Test match cricket in the last 4 5 years, Ravi Jadeja. Also, when you get your bowlers to bowl from round the wicket and they keep hitting that foot mark, that is where Ravichandran Ashwin will land the balls. That is where, and if you take a look at the Australian lineup, Travis Head and Usman Khwaja, take a look at the number of left-handers in that lineup. Mitchell Stark, Josh Hazelwood, at least
Yeah.
five. Ravichandran Ashwin will have a major role to play. So when you think of that side, don't just rule anyone out. If you have a five bowling attack, a Bumrah, a Shami, a Siraj slash Akashdeep, a Jadeja, and an Ashwin, there will be periods when you will hold the game back. And Ashwin and Jadeja add to your batting balance also with somebody like a Rishabh Pant who is an all-rounder. I think it's a top quality attack. This Indian side will go to Australia to win. Shomit
Yeah.
Chakraborty, if you can hear us, your internet is back. Your thoughts on
Shomik
this?
joined us.
This
Yeah.
is looking superb, Shomit.
Yeah, can you please come again?
The
You're on.
balance of the Indian side is what we are talking about, Shomit. The balance of the
Am I
Indian side.
audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Yeah. So please, can you please come again? What's the
Shomik,
question?
yeah. Yeah, Shomik, the questions regarding the balance of this Indian side. Going to Australia, they have a strong balance. And, your thoughts about it. And who would you rather prefer, Ashwin or Jadeja?
See, if one spinner is picked, it has to be Jadeja because Jadeja is undroppable. His batting, his bowling, his fielding, he is undroppable. Um, but I won't be surprised if Gautam Gambhir takes initiative, asks Hardik Pandya to play 2 3 Ranji Trophy matches and gives him a proposal to be there in Australia. Maybe on the
Hmm.
face of it, it sounds unlikely, but still, maybe if Gautam Gambhir takes the initiative, I will not be surprised.
Yeah, yes. And Shomik, now that you joined us, we'd also like to get to know your summary of this test match. I think he's like, yeah, I think there's a network issue again. We'll move on to Debashis. I think, yeah.
Shomik, join with the audio. Join with audio. Videota bondo karo, join with the audio. We can get you there.
Yeah, just try joining the audio. Yeah. Debashis, you're on mute, brother.
Ask Shomik the question now. I think his
Yeah.
audio will be better.
Shomik, are you here? Can you hear us? No, I don't think he's here, brother. No. We'll move on. I think he'll join again. Yeah. Devashita, the confidence India will take against New Zealand, I think that sort of confidence, they'll be riding on that same sort of momentum. And, with this team, even against New Zealand are going to have a hard time coming good against India because the confidence from this test match showing that sort of attitude will be something else. So your thoughts on, that sort of confidence going against New Zealand? You're on mute, Devashita.
I think New Zealand as a side will be a lot more challenging compared to Bangladesh because firstly they are coming from a series against New Zealand. Yes, they might have series against Sri Lanka. Sorry, So yes, they are coming back after a loss, but then still, I would rather say that they are a much better side compared to what Bangladesh has been, and given that they they did some homework, obviously appointing Vikram Rathore
Yeah,
before prior to the series against Sri Lanka. So I think they have that quality. Yes, it will be always challenging. You remember New Zealand winning that test match when Ajaz Patel has worked
yeah,
wonders, but it will be lot more difficult because means if you look at the Indians, this team has has all bases covered. If you look at the stats as far as this series is concerned, Yashasvi Jaiswal has been brilliant. 189 runs, almost 200 runs in the series.
yeah.
Yashubman Gill, lot has been spoken about, obviously, but still, he is the second highest scorer in the series with 164 runs, followed by Rishabh Pant 161. Then you have the star batters in Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul. So that batting lineup is ominous. And then you look at the bowling attack: Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Akashdeep. Then you have Jadeja and the Ashwin, and you have a Kuldeep Yadav warming in the dressing room. So I think it will be a lot more challenging, but against New Zealand, it won't be an easy cakewalk. Means obviously winning a test match in 2.5 days, I think it will be a far more competitive series.
Yeah,
Ishan.
sure. Absolutely. Because Shomik was joined again. Let's just have a look if he's there. Shomik, can you hear us? No, I think there's still a network issue. We'll try again with him. Muradav, I think, a word on Jaiswal as well. I think we have to mention him once more. Seems to be going from strength to strength, and there's absolute, clarity with the shots that he's making from what I've noticed as well. So, this is someone who will end up being extremely dependable in the future as well. This is a person who will definitely go on and do much more wonders for the Indian team. Your thoughts on Jaiswal?
I want to see him overseas. I want to see him in Australia and England and South Africa a little
Yeah,
bit more. South Africa, he wasn't really sort of, as this thing, he got a 60, but I want to see him more in Australia and England. In home conditions, he's looking incredibly good. No mistake. I mean, he's looking devastatingly good at the top. He's giving you the starts. He's batting with pace. He's batting with intensity. He's giving you kind of a run rate that is allowing you to sort of set games up and take games like this by the bull by the horn and make a statement of intent. I want to see how he goes in Australia. Four people behind, lateral movement, a little bit of movement against a Cummins, a Stark, and those quality fast bowlers. I want to see how he goes. But make no mistake, he's a talent for the future. If he gets runs in Australia, where there will be less of unlike England, it will be
yeah.
less. So he can play his horizontal bat shots. Exactly why Rishabh Pant is also successful in Australia. I see Yashasvi Jaiswal playing a big role in that series down under. He's good to see. With Rohit Sharma, again left right combination. There is a experienced youth combination. In this side is looking good, Ishan. There is
Yeah.
no debate. Maybe you want a Mohammad Shami back to give you that variety because it's a 5 test series. There will be injuries. You don't expect your three fast bowlers to last all 5 test series because there'll be back-to-back tests. The first test match is from the 18th. Sorry, first test match is from the 22nd to the 26th of November. The second test match is and December there are 3 tests: Brisbane, Adelaide, and Melbourne. So it is 15 days of cricket in a 30-day window. So it's going to be pretty cluttered, and there will be a lot of cricket for us. So you want the depth in fast bowling. You want a Shami, Siraj, Bumrah, Akashdeep, and a Yash Dayal maybe, and possibly a Hardik Pandya to give you that kind of depth. But I'm looking forward to that series big time.
It's going to be a big one. But yes, Devashita, I mean, Jaiswal abroad in Australia in those conditions will be the real test. I feel a lot of youngsters are often tested abroad, but seeing him perform there, I think that will definitely put that authority on the stamp, which will make it seem that this is someone who can really play in domestic conditions, at home conditions, and also abroad. So that will definitely be a test, right?
Yeah, obviously, scoring runs against the best in the business, and scoring runs against the likes of Mitchell Stark, Pat Cummins, and Josh Hazelwood, it's altogether a different challenge altogether. But then he has scored runs against West Indies, sorry, in
Yeah,
South Africa, at home. But what Boriada just said, all that matters is to score runs in Sena countries.
absolutely.
That is what is important. You can score truckload of runs in the subcontinent. But what all that matters is that is why Rishabh Pant is so special. Scoring 100 against England in England, scoring 100 against Australia in Australia, obviously playing a very crucial role in helping India win that series. So that is what sets this team apart. When you have performers who can perform in overseas conditions, in challenging conditions. So Yashasvi Jaiswal's real test will lie when he goes down under and score runs in that bowling attack, in that Australia against that Australian bowling attack. So I have, but then he has the quality, he has the potential, but it will be interesting what the approach will be. Means obviously scoring runs at a wheel against Bangladesh. What we should take the credit away from the Indian batters the way they perform, but then it will be a lot more challenging whether you have that same approach against
Yeah.
against a potential attack. Means they will be relentless. The likes of Stark, Hazelwood, and Stark and Cummins. So I will be looking forward to how Yashasvi performs in Australia.
Definitely. I think we all are. Brother, any final thoughts and comments before we end this live?
No, I mean, all I will say is it was refreshing to see India play the kind of cricket they did. I've watched Indian cricket for the last 35 odd years. I don't remember many test matches where this kind of intent was shown and, this kind of dominance was shown. This was very refreshing test cricket to see. It tells you we are there to win. We are one of the best teams in the world and we will do everything that we can to go and win a test match. And that was fabulous. Uh, Rohit Sharma's captaincy stood out. Some of the calls today, also the way he got Ravindra Jadeja in, immediate wicket. The way he got Jasprit Bumrah just before lunch, immediate wicket. And you know that this guy knows what he's doing. The confidence with which he's kind of taking calls. All said and done, fantastic stuff, Ishan. Fantastic
Yeah.
stuff. It sets it up. The New Zealand series is well set up. 5 o'clock, when we come back with 5 at 5, we will kind of analyze. This was more of a review. We will deep dive and take the positives out of this series, and we will also do football and multi-sport. But we will analyze and deep dive and set things up. But this team is looking really, really good, and good start to Gautam Gambhir as coach in red ball format.
Definitely, definitely. So, lot to look forward to. Thank you, Boryada. Thank you, Devashita, for joining. And thank you to everyone who's joined. 2,885 people. That's a lot of people. Thank you for joining. Make sure you join the show at 5 p.m. as well. We'll discuss this in further. A lot to look forward to. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again shortly. Thank you.